Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be ggaemo versus Shuttle here on Polypoid. It's another RJB replay, the stamp of excellence, bottom right. Going to be ourselves a pink Zerg player. It is ggaemo, and in the top left we have Shuttle, our green Protoss player here today. Again, RJB sends me all sorts of interesting and excellent replays. I don't think I've ever cast a replay from RJB that I was disappointed with. Check them out at youtube.com/@RJB_TV. Alrighty then. So PVZ here on a Polypoid. We got Terry the Overlord moving out. Wearing pink today. Again, Terry the Overlord merch and Steve the SCV merch at falconpaladin.store. One word, Falcon Paladin, and then .store. Be sure again to click that little currency icon at the top right because it defaults to Australian dollars. And based on the metrics and the analytics that YouTube provides me, there are like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 people in Australia who are subscribed to me. Okay, maybe more than that, but there are not very many of you. If you're from Australia, leave a comment and I'll heart it. Gateway opening here from Stork. Zealot pressure on the way on this giant 4-player map. Not scouting cross spawn. Oh. Oh! Checking for the Overlord, are we? Stork is super duper smart. And checking for an Overlord here would let him know that ggaemo is not in the bottom left, which process of elimination, hatch versing Zerg in the bottom right. Alright, not checking for the Overlord. Wonder why I did it up top, but not here. Anyway. Zealot on the way. You can send him right across spawn as soon as he is done. I feel like this is like the most atmospheric track in all of StarCraft. Listen to it. It's super atmospheric. There's no melody to this at all. There's like no bass line. There's nothing going on. It's just you're on a foreign alien planet of some kind. Here's your experience. I like this. Blocking the expansion. Ggaemo. Oh, that's great. You're not going to win a straight-up fight against a probe because the probe can regen its health. Plus, there's a Zealot popping out here that's going to be very useful very soon. Yeah, and the Zealot just killed the drone. So, yes, running for it was good. Third base coming in. Love a fast third against a fast second basing Protoss. This is fantastic. Zealot does wander down, start hammering away at this third base, which is annoying, but there are Lings on the way. They should be able to handle that, no problem. Although second Zealot is where things get a little bit dicey for the Zerg player. And like, how many Lings are... Oh, 3 sets of Lings. Okay, never mind. We're making a lot of Lings, everybody. This is a bunch of Zerg Lings. Oh, I mean... like nothing back home. There's no cannons up. This isn't even a wall. Oh, man. Do you want to... Oh. What do you want to do here? Zealot, nope. Perches itself back behind the mineral line. These guys are like, we're holding the wall. You can't get through. That is not a solid wall, y'all. Like, you're doing your best. I get it. Okay. Forge helps with that. Now it's a hard wall with the Zealot in there. So this is a bunch of Lings. This is ggaemo going for some absolute Ling pressure here. Finally getting some gas. Doesn't have enough gas for speed yet, but who needs speed against slow Zealots in buildings you're trying to attack, right? You're not chasing anything down. You're not running away from anything. And anything you're running away from is too slow. So, yeah. I mean, there's not a cannon there. You could play the game where you just kind of attack the gateway and you force the Zealots to come out and deal with you. It's another Zealot down over here at this third base potential location for the Protoss, though. And you're never going to kill the building playing this game, but you're going to force the Protoss to deal with it. Try to get Zealots out there and attack you without letting the Lings slip by. Pretty annoying stuff. That's actually something that has survived to StarCraft 2 as well. There aren't a ton of strategies that are super viable between StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2, but that's one of them. Is little fun Zealot pressure-y stuff. And Ling pressure-y stuff, I guess, in particular here. Anyway, metabolic boost coming in. Not using that first 100 gas go for a lair. Intriguing. Stork's going to check that out and be like, oh, no lair. Okay, well, you made a bunch of Lings. You forced me to get a forge up. You probably make more Zealots. I was going to... More Zealots than he wants to make. Nah. No. Protoss and PvZ like making a lot of Zealots. They like going for that really solid timing attack against the third base of the Zerg. Against a hatchery that's already at, like, I don't know. This Zealot's so annoying. At a hatchery that's already at, let's do some math real quick. I don't know, 3/4 of health? Something like that. I am not a math major, nor ever have I been. Citadel, yes. Stargate, yes. So it's got to be a Hydra Den, right? We're not going fast enough for a lair. Evolution Chamber, Macro Hatch. Dude, this Zealot is hilarious. He's just like, bring it! Bring it, brah! Let's see what you got. And the Lings are like, we can only get in there one at a time. No thanks. Not interested. So I'm waiting for a Hydralisk Den to come down. Oop, that it? Nope, that's a creep colony. I mean, that counts. Another Macro Hatch. Dude, you're going to defend against Corsairs with Spore? I mean, I'm okay with you making Spores. I feel like Zerg players should make Spores more often against Protoss, and it feels like it's pretty effective when they do. But also, I mean, if it's like more than one Corsair, you're going to have a bad time with just the one Spore. You got to invest enough to deal with it, and usually that's Hydras. Okay, more often it's going to be Scourge, but also sometimes it's Hydras. Man, it's going to be a lot of Zealots coming in real fast, isn't it? Macro Hatch, Lair, no Hydra Den. Like, all the Overlords live here now. So, if a Corsair shows up, yeah, the Corsair's got to fight a Spore, which it doesn't want to do. But that means all of the Overlords of ggaemo are in this natural base. He doesn't have any vision on the map except for these Lings, which are dying to the Zealots. And this Terry the Overlord, which is having a good time. I mean, he's not dead, so that's great. He sees another gateway. Nothing too crazy about that. This is a timing attack with speed and +1 on the Zealots heading down to the third base. Got ourselves another Macro Hatch. A creep colony coming in. This is probably going to be a sunken. Yeah. Sunken there. Probably sunken here. Yep. Is it a spy? He doesn't have a lair yet. Dude, I don't know that I've seen a Zerg player try to defend against this early Zealot attack with no Oh, hang on. He's got a Hydra Den. Where did he build his Hydra Den? Yeah, you're not getting through that. Sorry. Maybe you can snipe. Maybe you can snipe down the Evolution Chamber, but these Lings are ba 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 ba. And the Sunken's going ba 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 ba. How is this injured? How? I guess that creep colony took some hits from something I wasn't aware of. No, but seriously. Hydra Den's at the third. I never really looked too closely for tech at the third base, because why would there be tech at the third base? I guess maybe if you're hiding it from the Protoss. But either way, yeah, this is a hold with pure Zergling Sunken, which I'm okay with, especially if you have good SimCity, which ggaemo obviously does. Zealot come rolling back in, and the Lings are like, aha! We got you now. Now fight us. Fight the Hydras. Fight the Sunken. That was a great trap, actually. That was a fantastic trap sprung there by our dude. ggaemo. Okay. So ggaemo's doing some good stuff. Dealing with the Zealot pressure pretty well. It's not a crazy Corsair opening because there's no +1 air weapons being researched at that Cyber Core. But there is a pretty fast Templar Archives, whether that's for DTs, whether that's going to be for High Templar Storm. Either option is pretty viable here. Zealots rolling into the third. There is literally a Sunken and a bunch of drones in this location. I lied. There are 3 Hydras hiding under an Overlord. But that narrow choke to walk through totally sucks. So trying to do this thing with speed lots while Storm is researching. Also getting a full robotics facility just in case lurkers are a problem in the future, and they should be. Finally, Aspire's coming in at about 847. Corsair looking for Overlords that aren't perched over that single Spore. And again, I don't think they exist. Ow, 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 says the Corsair pilot. Not in that voice, though. It goes, oh. Anyway, Zealot's really trying to come in here, man. I don't know what was trying to be built there. Probably another Evo on the wall, but it did get canceled based on the attacks. That was pretty good. I mean, a cancel on an Evo chamber that I'm not sure ggaemo really wants, but whatever. Yeah, that is just tough to bust down with just Zealots, man. Where's your Storm? Where's your Reavers? As we all know, Reavers help you win the game. Not that it wins every time. We've definitely cast a couple ZVPs recently where Reavers did exist, but the Zerg player persevered anyway. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but I will tell you the power was macro. You know how you deal with Reavers and Archons and High Templar as Zerg? Macro. Because you're going to lose an ooh, nice snipe on that probe. An absolute metric ton of Zerglings and Hydras and Lurkers and Mutas, and it's just, you can't avoid it. Not when there's that much splash damage out in the hands of an elite Protoss, but if you just have enough to replace the dead units, and then some. You can get some, you can get some wins in that situation. It's not easy. Nobody said it'd be easy. Uncle Frankie never said it'd be easy. All right, gonna try to take down this third, but all you have is Hydras. Hydras suck in the open field against speed lots. With 1/1 upgrades on those speed lots, no less. Look, how many Hydras do you need to handle 12 Zealots with 1/1 in speed at this stage of the game? And with no upgrades on the Hydras except for range and speed, that's good and everything, but no attack, no armor, nothing. Working on a missile attack upgrade, but it's going to be a minute. I guess maybe with some mutas, that does change the calculus here. Couple Dragoons. I mean, you better get there before these cannons warp, and if you're going to do this, you got to go now. Either go or go home. I mean, yeah, I think those cannons coming up. ggaemo's setting up for like a two-pronged attack with mutas, maybe diving into the natural base, but there's a cannon just now coming in. And an Archon perched over these probes, too. So, ow, 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 ow! 2 hits on the Archon. Everyone's very injured. Muta scouting around. Oh, we're back into Corsair production, are we? Kind of. Once again, not heavily into Corsairs because no +1 air weapons has been researched. I'm going to say that, and I'd like to not be a liar. Where did you go, Corsair? Here you are. Yeah, no +1 attack on that Neutron Flare upgrade. 4th base timing for the Zerg's got to be now. And it is. It's minerals only, which I'm not a huge fan of for Zerg players. That gas is so incredibly important for them. Especially when a Queen's Nest is on the way and a Hive is in the future, too. If you're going Defilers, tons of gas. If you're going Mutalisks, tons of gas. Lurkers, tons of gas. Ultralisks, tons of gas. The good news is that Cracklings with full upgrades are pretty viable late game in a lot of situations. Unless you're directly fighting against Storm and Reavers. And they're cheap. So that's your mineral dump as a Zerg player. You can get a lot done with Cracklings with the full upgrades. As we're seeing here, we're getting melee attack upgrades now. Instead of the missile. Yeah, Mutas, trying to poke up here, potential 4th base of Shuttles. And Shuttle's like, no. No, you're not. Anywho, hope everyone is doing all right here through 2023. What are we? We're 3 months into this thing. Time just goes faster the older you get. I turned 40 last year, so I can tell you as an old person, yes. I heard, my parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and teachers and older people that I knew would be like, yeah, time goes faster the older you get. And I'm like, okay, that sounds real weird, but by golly, it's true. Hive on the way. Also, I don't think it helps that COVID happened and my brain is kind of stuck in 2020. My brain totally thinks it's 2020 right now. I'm not even kidding. Like I was like, yeah, Supernatural, the TV show, that didn't end that long ago. And then I looked at it and it was like September 2020. And I was like, yeah, that's not that long ago. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's like 2.5 years ago now. Brutal. So not a lot of engagements in the first 13 minutes of this match, but we've got a long way to go. There we go. Lurker's going to defend this 5th base, top right. Engaging directly. This is a big, scary shuttle army, everybody. He knows it's Dragoon time. The Defilers can't be out yet. The timings don't make any sense. So let's have a ton of Dragoons. And a bunch of Zealots, and we can handle this Ling Hydra stuff. And Lurkers, too, with those Dragoons. And the High Templar. Let's not forget about these boys. Full energy, by the way. Ooh, 200, 200, and 200. Full energy on those High Templar. They are ready to rock. ggaemo trying to Ling Muta. Maybe take down this base. I don't know, with the Storm there and that many cannons, and these Lings don't even have 1/1 yet, let alone Adrenal, because that's just getting started. All right. Shuttle's got to decide to go somewhere, though. I really don't think he can dance in the middle of the map here and win this game right now. If he just kind of lets ggaemo feel safe and macro up, and maybe take this space, too, big trouble. Yeah, Ling's flanking, doing absolutely nothing. Blood splatter analysis reveals nothing died there for the Protoss. Lings. Oh, beautiful. Pull back on that Dragoon. One more hit from that Ling would have killed it. Nicely done. Great micro. Observer checks to see there is a base here. Neat. Just kind of everybody's probing here. More stuff has died for the Zerg, but that's only because he keeps poking into significantly superior forces and dying. Like, I don't know what that's all about. I mean, Zerg units are squishy. It's hard to poke into something and not lose a bunch. Like right there, for example. But yeah, Adrenal's coming in. Defiler Mound is done. Consume! Consume! No, consume. Consume needs to start now. You're doing this thing. All right. I don't know. Zealots leading the charge into sunken Lurker Town is not great. Adrenal's done, and 1-1 for these Lings. All right, so they are significantly better than they were about 30 seconds ago. Ooh, they're just running in 2 or 3 at a time here. I like it. Like, trying to maybe force the Protoss player to use storms on, like, 3 Lings instead of everything here. Like, how many storms do you have left, do you think? And the answer is always another one. Although, yes, always another one. That High Templar has more. Ah, it's a bit of a surround, though. That's not good. That is not good for the Protoss player. Full surround, Ling, Lurker, Hydra. That's exactly what ggaemo was going for. Was a full surround. Although, way to jump on those Lurkers and wipe them out. Not everybody dies, but most of the Protoss died there. A lot of Zerg blood on the ground, too. We're not ignoring the losses to the Zerg, but as always, if you're a Zerg player especially, but I mean, whatever you play, Terran or Protoss, you get a full surround on your enemy's army and you can wipe it out. You get nice surface area. You're coming from all different directions. Especially if you have a ton of melee stuff, that's amazingly good. But especially a Zerg player, it's so hard to pull that off because Elite Protoss and Terran will work hard to prevent that. Okay, we're just donating Lings now. Get out. Come on. Skedaddle. Ski-daddle on out of there. Ooh, I got my John Wick 4 tickets. Excited about that one. That's, I think, next week. Oh, maybe this week. Whenever this thing posts, it might be this week, which is cool. I think I talked about this in a previous cast, but the way John Wick 3 ends, where he gets, spoiler alert, for John Wick 3, the ending, he gets shot in the chest like 3 times, falls off a 4-story building, smashes against like fire escapes, bam, 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 hits a dumpster at 80 miles an hour on the ground, and slams into the ground. And I'm like, they killed John Wick. Wow, what a gutsy way to end your franchise. And then they're like, no, he's fine. And I was like, I mean, not fine. He's injured, but he's alive and conscious. And I was like, no. No. Unless John Wick is literally the Baba Yaga and some kind of demon from mythology and legend who has better survival capabilities than the average person or even the elite person among us. Don't buy it. But whatever. I don't care. The gun foo's a lot of fun. That's what I go to John Wick movies for. I don't go there for the abject realism, I suppose. Plague's getting researched. Back to the game at hand here. Got Gravitic Drive on the way. Faster shuttle movement. Maybe a little drop action. Overlord dead. But the Overlord's only here to make sure there aren't any DTs in this location, and it did its job there. So well done, Overlord. You have served the Swarm well. ggaemo just picking. It's like, unless I get a really nice engagement, I'm not going to engage here. Because a kiting Protoss will ruin your day as Zerg in this matchup. You come at them, they kite, attack, step back, attack, step back, attack, step back. The Lings hate that, the Hydras hate that, the Lurkers really hate that. And trying to expand right side here, probably not a good idea considering the sheer amount of shuttle that's coming up to wipe it out. Yeah, okay. So both players effectively maxed out. ggaemo's got a bigger bank, both in gas and minerals, pretty substantially, honestly. But his ability to kill Protoss bases has been nil today. Plague-oo, first plague of the day. Excellent. DT's in production, more Zealots, more High Templar, Shuttles, Storm Drops in the future here. Ling, Hydra, but then the army's coming back home too, so that's... that is the Zerg army getting double flanked there and getting wiped out. Yeah, I mean, Lurker doing its best with 2-2 upgrades, but dies with 2 kills. And by that I mean, nobody's detecting it right now, so it's got 3 kills. Nicely done. Lings come down to see if there's anything down this way. Overlord's trying to get vision. Nice Scourge snipe on that Corsair. Seriously, sick stuff there. I mean, the Corsair basically has to allow you to hit it if you're a Scourge by standing still. That's the easiest way to make it happen. Drop. 72 workers for the Zerg, 52 for the Protoss. Got an engagement here, but also this drop's really important. Oh, it's DTs. No Overlords. Oh, it is Storm, though, too. Oh, 6 Storm. Not bad. Not bad. 6 kills on that High Templar. This army gets chased away by a Dark Swarm, plus the army's been plagued to a certain extent. Worker count 64. And that DP pays for it with his life. Archons and Zealots say your Dark Swarm doesn't scare us. Maybe it does. The Zealots that have been plagued are like, all right, let's regroup here a little bit. Try to come up to this third base, get something done, but dude, that's not enough. Again, based on the blood splatter here, that wasn't enough Zerg to really accomplish anything. Reaver's on the way. Scarab damage too. Zealot trying to make sure ggaemo doesn't take this base easily anyway, like not a totally naked expand. Hydras are like, oh gosh, we could stand here and fight, but there are storms coming, so we can't do that. Pull back. Everybody pull back. BT against Adrenal Lings does not win. This guy wins. 1 kill, 2 upgrades, and Adrenal. Working on 3-3 here, too. Big attack. Protoss committing. Kind of. That's a lot of storms getting sunken into those lurkers. Dragoons attacking. There you go. Taking that sunken down. Dark Storm doesn't help you there, does it? No. Great. Another great storm on that lurker. But here comes the surround. The pincer mover from ggaemo from both sides. Trying to get that surround action on again. He's like, this is when I will choose to engage. Oh my gosh. All 4 sides. Plagues and Archon, but also like 6 Zealots. That's pretty good. And you'd think Lings would be fast enough. They could chase these guys down fast, but they'd get in their own way, is the thing. So that's a dead Dragoon. And that Archon's been plagued, but he doesn't mind. He's okay with it. Reverse ho. Yeah. No damage. It's been too long. Oh, what? Some damage. Fine. Right side base is being taken by ggaemo now. Here at the 22-minute mark of the game, 200 to 169 total supply in favor of ggaemo. But the Reavers are out. Reavers, Archon, High Templar. What did I say about Zerg handling that? They gotta have 1,000,000 bases. And this is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at 22 minutes is basically 1,000,000. Dude, Reaver snipes Defiler. Insane. Ah, nice plague on the Reaver. No, pick it up. No, Reaver down. Shuttle didn't save it with his shuttle. Ow. Great storm dodge. 2 Zealots catching some storms. Like, ow, 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 ow. I hate it when that happens. It takes a lot of storm to kill a Zealot, though, is the thing. They are very tanky. They are tanky. They are strong. They're very proud. More Reavers coming in after losing those 2. That does not bode well for the future of this game. Hit that like button, by the way, if you're enjoying this one. Just lets the algorithm know that I'm here. Recommends the cast to more people. Zealots. No. Hydra. Ling. No. Too much storm. Not enough micro. This Defiler's like, what am I doing here? I guess cast a plague. Nice. Got a plague down. I don't know how many of these Zealots were already plagued. This guy wasn't. Fine. Totally works then. Yeah, Shuttle's not been able to kill a Zerg base today. And that doesn't bode well for him, but it's pretty bad for ggaemo. He hasn't been able to kill a Protoss base either. Generally, we kind of watch the base death count and try to determine who's going to win the game based on that. Dude, this one Zealot doesn't even know what he's walking into. Run! Ooh, 1 Ling. Acceptable. 3 shot. Bam, bam, bam. Whack, whack, whack. Stab, stab, stab. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Is that the sound Psyblades make when they attack? I mean, I guess in-game it's a chunk, 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 like a very chunky sound. Ling's trying to kill Reavers. I've done this before. It sucks. Because you're like, I got you, Reaver, and then, bruh, 1 Scarab wipes out 37 Lings. And you're like, I don't got you, actually. ggaemo got another army up here. Gets intercepted by Shuttle. He saw it coming. He's got an obs in the middle of the map. He can see your troop movements. He can see these lurkers coming across. Ooh. Try to expand bottom left. Are we, Shuttle? If he gets that, that's a big deal. This is a huge, huge deal for Shuttle if he gets this base. And ggaemo, I think, knows that, but he can't engage. Okay, he's setting up. Setting up. Gets another sick plague off. Dark Swarm comes in. Then the Reavers show up, and they're like, just kidding. We are not sitting inside the Dark Swarm. Thanks for asking. There was a drone in there? Why was there a drone in there? Don't understand why there was a drone, and that is a genius, beautiful plague target. Oh, were none of these zealots plagued? None of these zealots were plagued. There are so many subpar zealots right now. It is not cool. Ooh, he gets out of there with all of 1 HP. Insane. I guess 4 shields, too. Nice. Free Defiler. Yeah, sniping that guy. Army defending here as ggaemo tries to come in and shut it down, but also another army of shuttles in the middle of the map. And now ggaemo's got to decide how much to deal with this and how much to try to assault this. The storms are just infinite. The Reavers are plagued. Any hit you take, though, is going to be bad news. And actually, Shuttle maybe trying to swing around the backside. No, that doesn't really work out. But this base is alive. Everything at the front has been plagued to death, but the base is alive. The probes are safe for now. Lurker trying to take down one lurker? 2 lurkers trying to take down a gateway. Another Dark Swarm comes in. The Reavers trying to fire out their scarabs. Kind of getting body blocked by their own units there, though, I suppose. Gosh, this has been an absolute bloodbath. Is Shuttle going to go after this 3 o'clock spot? He's going to test the waters first with the Zealot. He's going to see some Lurker Ling, but not a ton. Ooh, losing the Ob sucks. Can't feel good about that. Thank you very much. Lurkers are at 3-3. I think the Lings are at 3-3. I saw that 3-3 coming in for them. And the answer is, yeah, 3-3. Fully upgraded Crackalings. Crackalackalings. Looking good. Lurkers burrowing in. Reavers trying to get some beautiful hits here. I mean, by Reavers, there's one. It's being microed to within an inch of its life here. Reavers getting hits off. Another hit off, but more Dark Swarm joining the party here. The Zerg is getting closer and closer to being able to wipe out this Nexus, which again I said is a big deal. And that's it. No, he's not fully evacuating it. Focus the Nexus. Maybe guaranteed damage these probes, I suppose. Man, the Archon army really came to save the day, didn't they? Yo! Saving the Nexus. Every cannon died. Every probe at this base died. That Reaver stayed alive, though, bought just enough time for the Protoss army to come back home, and ggaemo says, oh, you're all over here now. I have about 50 supply on you. Can we squish you into a corner here? How much Storm is available? Always more Storm. That's how much. There's one Reaver joining the party. God, this only 3 kills. I guess it's a new Reaver here. But that means this Reaver's got to save the day, but it only has 62 HP, so no! Shuttle losing the Nexus. Storm's catching it again, but the High Templar dies for those dead Hydralisks. Shuttle's in an immense amount of trouble at 28 minutes. He is, yeah, he's on 5 bases, but he's been on these bases for a while. He's at 51 workers to 65 Zerg workers right now. Down 50 supply to the Zerg. It's a place the Zerg player wants to be. Kind of needs to be. If the roles were reversed here, Protoss would be winning handily. If the supply is even, Protoss has an advantage just because of how powerful their units are, right? Woof. This is a good one. Again, RJB doesn't send me disappointing games. I gotta say, sometimes the replays I pull off of Team Liquid, where I'm just like, somebody took the time to put this in a replay pack and post it on Team Liquid back in 2010. It's gotta be good on some level. And most of the time they are. But every once in a while I'm like, A little bit of subpar play from a player I was expecting a lot of good stuff from. And not this game, though. Both these players are playing exceptionally well. I could see it going either way, although losing a Reaver like that's not ideal, and a lot of Hydras to answer the lot of Archons being produced is a good way to do this. And, oh man, it's another attempt to hold on. These Reavers are so plagued, though. Oh, one of them dies. Dark Swarm. No, the other Reaver dies. It didn't get picked up. No. Zealots fighting valiantly inside the Dark Swarm to kill these Lurkers and these Hydras and these Lings and these upstarts and plague on 2 Archons. I mean, sure, it was worth doing something there, Defiler, before you died, but that was like almost worthless. It's okay. It's all right. But Shuttle He's immediately trying to retake this base. He is starving too. He has under 200 minerals. ggaemo's at 3,000 minerals and 4,000 gas. ggaemo is playing insanely well against Shuttle right now. I was going to say, if I had to put money on this game, I would feel that Shuttle has an advantage, but that is not how it's turning out. But this game's not over. And Shuttle is taking this. He's retaking this bottom left base again, transferring a ton of probes in. Good. And this is a big, scary Reaver army here. Not enough Hydras to shut this down. I'm sorry. We're trying to snipe that Reaver, but nice microing it back there by Shuttle. Excellent. It's not easy to micro Reavers because they're so gosh darn slow. But you can do it, especially if you've got big, fat Archons tanking some of the damage for them. Or, I mean, just getting in the way of whatever's pursuing them. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, ggaemo just kind of throwing Lings away here for scouting purposes. He's like, I can do this. Dark Swarm up, Lurkers up, Archon count high, burrowed Lurkers, get out. Ah, Reaver dies. Yeah. Gotta pay attention to these Reavers. They are not exactly standing in today and doing their very, very best. 135 to 127 supply. It's pretty even on supply count, but ggaemo has that bank. He's able to produce. And look at this base. Mined out. 9 o'clock base. Mined out. 12 o'clock base. Super close to mined out. Not looking good there even a little bit. Another plague. I mean, plaguing a Reaver is always worth it. But man, Lurkers and Defilers dying all over the place here. If Shuttle can hang on to this base and take the bottom left, I think Shuttle can do this. But the amount of pink streaming across the map right now is immense. Reaver in there, Archons in there, trying to hold another nice surround here. But I don't think there's enough Zerg to actually win this, but the reinforcements keep coming. And I don't know. Storm is good. Reaver's good, but the Reavers are dead now, and the Storm is not infinite, even though sometimes it feels like it is. And the High Templar is dying. What's left to defend this base? A single Reaver with 0 kills, but 3-3 upgrades. Is he at 3-3-3? Oh my gosh, Shuttle's at 3-3-3 upgrades. Yeah, Plague is necessary against 3-3-3 upgrades from a Protoss opponent. Holy cow. Not even kidding. Shuttle holding on. I don't know why there are Mutalisks right now. What is the point of those, ggaemo? Trying to snipe obs or something? Oh, he's making 3 Guardians. He's like, 3 Guardians can win me this game. Yes, 3 Guardians historically have been very good at winning games against elite Protoss players like Shuttle. Who are you kidding? I guess maybe you can mess with this base a little bit. You can kind of pick... The thing is, there's High Templar out. Lings are trying to buy time for these Lurkers to finish morphing, and 4 of them do. 4 of the 5 is a pretty good success rate there. So the Guardians, pretty sure the Obs saw those, but yeah, they're just going to get stormed. Ready for this? And by that, there it is. There's your storm. Archon comes in to finish it off. Another storm happens. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Guardians killed anything. And Shuttle gamely holding on here against ggaemo. $160 to $131 supply. Ah, he dropped this bottom left. I was distracted by the Guardians, who are now all dead, I think. Yeah, they're all gone, but guess what we're doing? We're making more Guardians. What? Guardians? In a ZVP? The win rate of Guardians and CVPs is not good, but when you're up 50 supply and you make Guardians, it's a little bit of a better win percentage, I would have to imagine. Yeah, the number of Zerg dead in this game is immense. But ggaemo has his half of the map and more. And yeah, these Reavers, the answer to Guardians is none. High Templar storming that fat group down there. Oh my gosh. Yep, that's about right. That's about right for Guardians. Woo, Obs down and Guardian dead. Okay, so the Guardians are dead. I don't know if they paid for themselves at all. But this is a ton of Zerg. You got to retreat up north, but that leaves this base the only mining base of Shuttle in existence. That's it. We done. Shuttle taps out. And ggaemo is your winner. In 35 minutes and 52 seconds. Yo! Yeah, definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed it, because that was crazy good. That was a crazy good ZVP. And you know what? It came down to macro. What did I say? What did I say about how you handle Protoss as a Zerg player when they have Archons, Reavers, and High Templar? You out macro them. You out produce them by like 4-1. You get a ton of economy rolling. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases for the Zerg today. 8 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of 5 for the Protoss. That's what you need. Against Shuttle, if you don't have 8 bases, how are you going to handle it? This is a 150 supply for ggaemo. He's not maxed out. He's lost so much stuff today. The storms were great. The Reaver shots were amazing. The Shuttle Reaver micro was sick. The Archons were amazing. I mean, Shuttle played his face off here, killed so much Zerg, but the macro was superior. And that's what it comes down to from time to time. That's it. That's it. Just insane. Like, just a super crazy good ZVP. Zerg gets the win. And it's not easy. It was not easy for him. Like, let's check out this final score. That's going to tell us a lot of what we need to know about this game. Total score 344 to 355 there. ggaemo does win that. Look at this production number. 1,466 to 388. Are you kidding me? That's 5-to-1. That is a 5-to-1 production ratio for the Zerg player. And the kill-death ratio is insane. Like 4-to-1. 4.5-to-1 here. That is how close this game was. That's how much ggaemo had to outproduce the Protoss player. Yes, a lot of those are lings. That inflates the number for sure. But 388 to 1466 is one of the most amazing outproduced numbers I've ever seen in a professional game. Look at that. Look at it. Oh. Structures raised, 20 by the Zerg player, only 5 by the Protoss. Again, no bases died for the Zerg player today, which that does not bode well if you killed no bases in the first 15 minutes of your game against a Zerg. And outspending 101,000 resources spent today. We don't see that number a lot either. 101,000 spent to 81,000 spent for the Protoss. That's a 20,000 difference here. In 35 minutes, tracks. Super tracks. All right. That was fantastic. So well done, ggaemo. He gets that win. And that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.